Okay, hey, hello everybody. Welcome once again back into the regular guy show, NBA DFS. I am David. Welcome to the dungeon, and we're here for another episode today of today's daily pick six. I have to start by apologizing. I did not get a video out yesterday. It was absolutely a disaster. Apparently, my computer did some kind of an update in the middle of the night on Sunday, and all of my recording stuff, the webcam, my microphone, I came down to record and everything just didn't work. All of my settings were gone. So by the time I got it all fixed, there was like 40 minutes before lock, so I figured, you know what, really isn't worth it to post the video. So here we are today for today's pick six. Everything is working now. Hopefully we'll have as much success as we did last night. I really wanted to share yesterday's pick six with you guys, but again, I just found it pointless with like 30 minutes before. YouTube was down for a while, and then so by the time I got all the recording done, then YouTube wasn't working, and it ended up being like, again, 30 minutes before lock. So it was just a bad day. It was a good day fantasy-wise. That's why I really wish I could have shared it with you. We had a good night. We had Kemba Walker, Jason Tatum, Sabonis all in the pick six. And then we had a little sleeper pick that I liked yesterday in Cody Zeller. He ended up having a good night. So we did have a good night last night, but unfortunately I wasn't able to share it with you guys. Hopefully we can have another good night tonight and get these playoffs started off in a good way. So, having said that, we're going to look at today's, 4-game slate. And again, as I said in yesterday's video that nobody saw, things are a lot different now. Obviously, it's just 4 games. Teams are tightening up their rotations. Minutes should be much higher for guys, especially for the studs on the team, the main guys. So it's really kind of tricky when you really don't have any value to speak of to find guys that are going to be productive. We basically have 3 studs on today's slate that we can pay up for, and they are LeBron, AD, and Steph Curry. So which stud are we going to pick? Are we going to try and jam 2 of them in? How's the roster build going to fit if we do that? So today's pick six is going to be a little bit different, guys, and I'm going to take a little bit of a different shot than normal tonight, so you can ride with me or you can go your own way. But as far as the 3 studs and which one we're going to put in the lineup, my answer to that is none of them. I'm going to use a different strategy. And again, we're not trying to get too cute here. It's just very simple. At $10,000 a piece for any of these guys, we all know they have the upside to go off and have a huge game. But am I confident 100% that LeBron James is going to score 60-plus fantasy points tonight? That Anthony Davis is going to score 60-plus fantasy points tonight? They have that upside. They have that ability. We know that. And Steph Curry, I think he's going to be pretty popular tonight. But honestly, against the Lakers this year, Steph hasn't been great. Now, I get it. It's regular season. You don't even know who was playing in some of those games. I get all that. But the Lakers overall generally have been a pretty good defensive team. Steph's pretty scoring dependent. And, again, the Lakers have done a pretty good job defending Steph Curry, frankly, defending all of the Warriors this year. So is Steph going to go out and get 60 and get me 6X? Maybe. But there are some guys on this slate that I just frankly think we can get close to that kind of production from, and I think their prices are, well, a couple of them I think are actually just way too cheap. So we're going to start off the pick six at the point guard position, and I'm going to play DeJounte Murray today in the pick six, guys. Again, it's not whether or not he's capable of having a big game. We know he is. It's just during the regular season, we didn't know how many minutes guys like him and DeRozan, Jakob Portal, whatever, we're going to play. Pop is just spreading out minutes, sitting guys certain nights. So if you're ever going to play your big studs, the maximum amount of minutes, I would think it's going to be in this play-in tournament. And for 6,300, DeJounte Murray, I mean, he can put up a 45-piece very easily. I mean, it would not surprise anybody. So I like his price tag at 6,300. It helps me with the salary. I've decided to go in this pick six with instead of a studs and scrubs, just more of a traditional build here, and just hope we pick the right guys. So along those same lines, when we go to the small forward position, I'm going to play them together because I also think that Demar Derozan at 7,000 is too cheap. Again, we know he has the upside to have big games. It was just a matter of was he going to play minutes? How many minutes was he going to get? How much opportunity was he going to get? I would think in a game like tonight, he should get maximum minutes. If this game stays close, you lose tonight and you're done. Between San Antonio and Memphis, anyway, you don't get another shot. So I would see no reason why we wouldn't tighten the rotations down even more and guys play even bigger minutes. So at 7,000, DeMar DeRozan, there was a time during the year when I think he was 83, 8,500. I love that price tag, and I have no problem playing Murray and DeRozan together on a 4-game slate. So DeRozan is going to be part of the pick six today. Shooting guard position is a little bit different. Again, I did a little research today as far as Laker-Golden State matchups this year. And again, Steph he had 26 and then 27, and then he had a game where he had 16. But he hasn't been all that great against the Lakers. Neither has Draymond Green. Now, again, I know it's regular season, and how much can you really put into that? I think Draymond would be a pretty good option tonight, but I also think he's going to be pretty popular. The guy from Golden State that I landed on, who actually has had 2 out of 3 really productive games when they played against the Lakers, was Andrew Wiggins. So I'm going to put Wiggins in. I don't know if Wiggins is going to be all that popular tonight, guys, even on a 4-gamer. So I think that's another benefit of going with Wiggins as opposed to Curry or Draymond. Now, again, Curry or Draymond can go out and just smash tonight. I get it. But I have my hesitations about that. So I'm going to save the salary. I'm going to go with a guy that I don't think is going to be terribly popular, even on a 4-game slate, and that's Andrew Wiggins, because he has been fairly productive in 2 of the 3 games against the Lakers this year. So into the powered forward position, another guy that I think is probably a little too cheap if he gets the minutes, and again, I don't know why he wouldn't get the minutes tonight, is I like Jaren Jackson Jr. from Memphis. Since he came back this year, he's had some very productive games. But again, his minutes were kind of getting limited during the regular season, coming off of the injury. Memphis is another team that throughout the season, I mean, they would play a lot of guys, and even their top guys sometimes wouldn't even get 30 minutes. It was a lot of minutes if they got 30 minutes in a game. So in this situation, in a playoff format, I'm expecting those guys that were playing 25 to 28 minutes to maybe get upwards of 30, 35 minutes as we tighten the rotations down. And at 5,900, Jaren Jackson, he could break off a 45-piece. I have no doubt about that. He's been very productive. And along those same lines, in our center position, I think he's way underpriced. We know Jonas Valanciunas has had how many umpteen double-doubles this year. Great spot against San Antonio. San Antonio does not defend bigs very well. And again, it's a minutes thing. And I would think in a playoff format like this that Valanciunas will get the minutes. He can be very productive. I'm expecting, obviously, a triple-double out of him tonight. 18 to 24 points, hopefully somewhere between 12 to even 15, 16 rebounds. He should be able to pull off those kind of numbers tonight, guys, as long as he gets the minutes, and there's no reason that he shouldn't get the minutes. So, J-Val, I think, again, underpriced. J-Val's maybe my favorite play on the slate tonight because he could go out and just break it off. He could go out and score 25 points, have 18 rebounds, a couple of blocks, maybe 2 or 3 assists. So, J-Val at 7,600, he's an absolute core play for me tonight, even if I end up building a second lineup tonight and put in, which, as I've told you guys, is usually what I do. I'll have my main lineup, and then I'll generally build a second lineup to put in. It was always a good idea during the regular season, especially with all the guys that were getting injured this year. You have one lineup, one guy gets injured and doesn't return to the game, and your night's pretty much over. So if you're got someone that builds 2, 3, 4 lineups, and again, I'm going to probably build 2 or 3, maybe 3 tonight. I don't know, 2 or 3, but anyway, then you can play around with some of the other guys in the player pool. Have a lineup where you put Steph Curry or Anthony Davis in, just in case they pop off for a big night. But in my main lineup tonight, again, we're not doing that. But I think in pretty much all the lineups I built tonight, I think J-Val might be a core play. And then finally in the pick 6 for today, another guy that I think could have a big night. He's not all that expensive, under $5K. I'm going to use my utility spot on Jakob Poeltl. I mean, he's had games where he's been very productive this year, guys. And again, it's just a minutes thing. And I think with tonight, with most of the starters probably, hopefully in a close game playing big minutes, I think he's a guy that's a little underpriced, a little underrated, and he could certainly go off and have a big night tonight. Now, one guy that I didn't put in here that has been playing actually pretty well the last few games, Andre Drummond, I think, is a bit of a wild card. So if you weren't real high on Poeltl and you wanted to maybe switch him out to an Andre Drummond and see what kind of salary you have left, again, you still have $5,100 to play with 2 spots. I'm going to go ahead and stick with Poeltl, and because I think he can have a very productive night at under $5K. And now I've left myself, almost $6,000 per player to get my next 2 guys in. So that's the official pick 6 for today. A little more of a balanced pick 6 as opposed to obviously I don't have any studs in here. That's by design. So we're going to take a swing at it this way, guys. It might go down in flames, and it might be, hey, LeBron James and Steph Curry were 75% owned, and they both dudded out tonight, and J-Val and Andrew Wiggins went off, Murray went off. There's certainly that possibility. So it's a little bit risky of a pick 6. I know that, but without any studs in it. But I'm very comfortable putting this lineup in. So that's the pick 6. I forget to mention this when I start the videos. It does help me out a lot, guys. Can you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the little notification bell? That way you get notified when we put out new videos. We're going to start putting out a ton of new videos, not just NBA DFS. We're going to start doing some sportsbook videos. We're going to start doing some baseball videos. So a lot of different stuff coming down the line as we try and build this channel up. I really enjoy doing these videos. Hopefully you guys are getting something out of them, and hopefully you're making money. That's really what this is all about. We're just here as regular guys, guys that don't spend 15 hours a day obsessing about fantasy to make some money. Before I get out of here, we had a drawing going on the last couple of weeks. If you left a comment down below in the comment section, or if you retweeted the link to this video on Twitter, if you follow me at SandoDFS, you were entered into a drawing. I appreciate everybody who participated. We literally had a drawing. I put everybody's name in to my Lakers hat and pulled it out. And DC Bam is the winner of our $25 in DFS dollars. So if you're watching this, DC Bam, at DC Bam on Twitter, hit me up, DM me at SandoDFS, and I'll get your information for your PayPal so we can get that $25 over to you. We're going to do another one here throughout the playoffs, guys. So if you leave any kind of a comment down below, hey, you suck, or hey, you should stop doing this, or hey, thanks for doing it, great info. I don't care what the comment is. If you leave something down below, we're going to start a new drawing throughout the playoffs, and we're going to give away at least another $25 as the playoffs go on. The other way we're going to do it is through Twitter at SandoDFS. Follow me when I put the link out to this video. If you retweet it, for every retweet that I get, your name is going to be entered in to the drawing for $25 worth of DFS. That's how DC Bam won. So that's how you could win too. So Follow me on Twitter at SandoDFS. Like, subscribe, notification bell. Let's win some money tonight. I apologize for not having yesterday's video out, but I feel good about today's pick six. I'm excited. Hopefully it works out. Hopefully it works out for all you guys tonight too. And I'm not sure when I'll talk to you again because I'm not sure of the schedule, but we will talk to you next time there's NBA DFS to be played. So good luck to everybody tonight. Good luck to all of us. Thanks for joining, and we'll talk to you next time.